Well, Jones Brothers was this street in the late 19th century was like the biggest. It was the Oxford Street of North London, so it was a huge shopping street. It was all lined with stalls, and the Jones Brothers came originally from Wales, and they were drapers, which is selling cloth and stuff like that. And they got together and built this place. It opened in 1899. They started here 1867, but they were so busy that they built this building in the middle, 1899. They were going to do the whole block. If you look at old photos, either side of it was just shops, and they took all them over and knocked them through into one space. But eventually they wanted to build either side 2 buildings like this. But in the early 20th century, this street started going a bit downhill. There were like more exclusive suburbs were being built, and a lot of the rich people that lived around here that used to use Jones Brothers left the area. So in the end, they only built the middle bit. At one time, they had like 500 staff. They had a 1,500-page catalogue that you could order stuff from. They used to do free deliveries within a 3-mile radius. I think they had stables and yards at the back. They had 100 horses, a couple of 100 wagons that they used to do all the deliveries on. But like I said, 20th century, the street started going downhill a bit. So where the cinema is over to the side there, that was part of it. But they sold that to build a cinema. So even that opened in 1940. So by 1940, it was going downhill a little bit. So they built that huge building. People used to live on the top floor was accommodation for some of the staff, and they were going to build either side 2 huge buildings to match it, but it didn't quite work out. Well, it was a huge department store. It was the Selfridges of North London, basically. Yeah, like I said, it used to be Oxford Street of North London. Yeah, but there was quite a few. So, like Selby's, which is over there, that's still going. That's the only one that's still going. But yeah, like I said, it had a huge catalogue. It was taken over by Selfridges in the 20s. They bought it, and then John Lewis Group bought it in 1939. I think they bought it just before the war. So. Yeah, it was the biggest department store in North London. So, yeah, it's a sign of how affluent this street was at one time. But then and how it sort of died off afterwards. That's why it was never finished properly.